Hey everyone, and welcome back to MCFC TV. My name is King of Kings 87, or Ryan for short. Today we will be going through the Uncollected quest and trying to get the rewards. As you can see, the dual class crystals have come through, which is a great addition to the game. I will be trying to open mine on day 3 because I'm looking for Cosmic because I want a Corvus Glaive or a Captain Marvel movie. I don't have the Awakening Gem for either one of them. So hopefully I'll be able to pull one of them finally. I would love to get a Corvus because he's the game's cheat code for most of his quest things. I still have a 4-star Corvus, which I generally do run most of the time on some of my questing, depending on the need, etc. Because he's still useful. Of course, when it comes to Uncollected and the attack ratings go up, he becomes less useful because he's only a 4-star. But he's still a fun champion and can still do the damage in early parts of the uncollected quest every month when needed. So the first boss here will be Nebula, which shouldn't be a problem. The nodes didn't look too tough. For my team, I did select some of my favorite champions to use. Captain America Infinity War is definitely one of my favorite ones. I just recently R5'd him and was able to put the signature stones that I got from the 4th of July deals into him in my Omega Red. Um, as to why I'm not running Omega Red right now, he is actually into one of the Alliance quests that we just started. So I was able to catch these guys for a little bit and not have to use them. So that's always a good thing. And as you see here, my Sunspot, which I just duplicated in the War Season Reward video I did, has gone from rank 3 to rank 4. He's now duplicated and he is very interesting. As of right now, I really don't have the signature stones to put into him, which is the drawback, but he has his uses still. It really isn't too bad when it comes to being a champion. The signature stones, what they do is they give him more charges, so you don't have to keep holding the heavy longer, which will come in use when the later fights are, when the higher health pools. Sorry, the higher health pools that are collected and El Cavalier when it comes out will be. Um, Fun fact with the second week of the boss rush, something I did notice because I've seen people having trouble with Human Torch. If you use Sunspot, he is immune to Incinerate. So when you bring Sunspot into the quest, he also gains more charges as the fight goes on because every time Human Torch tries to incinerate him, his charges go up. So you don't have to hold the heavy, you can go more offensive and not worry about it. But you will have to block, so you're going to get block damage, unfortunately. But he definitely is a asset in the second week of this week's boss rush. And as you see here, we're fighting White Magneto, Warlock, the champion of all tools. And I just got my butt kicked a little bit there. I cannot wait to see Magneto's buff. I'm hoping that they'll do him justice finally. He's one of my favorite X-Men out there. And easy win, 21 hits. He got lucky, he got a few hits in, but it happens. Not really any threat. And now Scarlet Witch. So I am gonna torture. This should be a pretty easy fight. Scarlet Witch is what I am definitely looking forward to when she hits the game as a 5-star. Hopefully they don't tone her down too much. Because as they said in the past, she was the most powerful champion in the game when the 5 and 6 stars was played. So they're not going to release that version, obviously. They're not going to release a champion that is so powerful it's going to eclipse the whole game. So when they do release her, my suggestion at least would be to read the abilities, see what they have changed, because I'm sure the numbers will dip or they'll make changes here and there that might not be evident at the first glance to see what they have changed. And if they haven't changed her, expect a nerf. Because they'll start collecting data like they always do, and then they'll go, she's way too powerful like they always do, and you'll end up with another name Oracle Obsidian. Let's see. So now we're into a fight against Debula. Another easy fight. So far, Captain America Infinity War is one of my favorite champions that I have for the simple fact of his abilities. He is max signature 200, so he gains a lot of power, and his abilities help the other champions as part of the team. Now, I'm sure you guys see my playstyle isn't as great as some of the other YouTubers, and I'll never claim to be as good as Seaton or them. They're some of the best players that you'll ever see. Me, I would like to think more of the everyday player when it comes down to it. One that isn't polished or perfect when it comes to things. You will see me lose my butt some days, but that's just part of being a regular gamer. I'm not someone that has all the money in the world that could just drop thousands of dollars on this game, or somebody that is perfect or will ever claim to be in this game. I just try and be me. I hope that I can give you guys experience that shows that even though you're not the best, you can still be competitive in this game. As I'm gonna show you right now, I got my rating is 1,171,690, 9,400 prestige, and here's my champions. I will do a roster breakdown in the next couple days to show everything that I have, as well as some possible ideas. So, see, we're in chapter 2 now. It looks like 4 pass, which isn't too bad, surprisingly. However, there is always a catch. And we are going to be fighting a Iron Fist champion boost, enhanced crits, power shield, pressure gauge. So none of this really should be any problem. I'll probably torch him because that's it. Torch is basically the destroyer of Mystic Champions at the moment. Archangel. I love Archangel as a champion. He's very useful when it comes to everything. He definitely is one of the top answers for a lot of content in the game. I do not have him duplicated though. I have him as an R3, 4-star, or 5-star, sorry. But he is not something I'm considering ranking up because I do prefer the champion enlisted. It's really not necessary to be awakened before I rank them up, just because of damage and ability. Or in some cases, there are champions I know are god tier. However, if I'm not great with them or I'm still learning their abilities, like Quake, Ghost, etc., I will take my time and not rank them up automatically. Um, right now, my Quake is R3, duplicated, which is cool. I'm not the best with Quake and Bake, or Quake and Shaker as it's called, I believe, but I've seen a lot of great players that are able to do things that I can't even imagine with her. And Ghost, same thing. She's R3. And the champion that I've played around with on and off. If you remember, we all got Awakening Gems if you were Cavalier for Christmas through Kabam. I pulled her shortly afterwards. And I used a generic 5-star Awakening Gem on her to see how it was. And she's a good champion. She'll probably be in my next few rank ups. It just took time for me to get used to her playstyle because the thing with Quake and Ghost is that you constantly have to play a certain playstyle to get the most damage. Quake, you dash back, you hold heavy down, and you shake them to the point where you are able to do damage without even touching them at times. Which also, if they are concussed, funny fact is that they cannot touch you. My recommendation is if you have Quake and you're not sure, to go watch some of the other YouTubers. What they can do with her is amazing. She's another champion that just does about everything in every way, and it's definitely a good time. So, Venom the Duck, I actually have him as a 5 star as well. He's pretty fun, but never been one of my forte. I remember he was one of the New York Comic Con champions a couple years ago, and everybody seemed interested in him, and I could see why. I mean, he's a boring, but he's been eclipsed by so many other great champions, including some that are being released this month. Airwalker, which I'm excited for. Currently, I do have um, Silver Surfer as a 5 star Awakened R3, R4, sorry, and I do plan to R5 him very soon. But I would love to get Airwalker because I'm trying to get the whole set as a combine, which would be amazing. See. And Mega Red is next. Not too bad. And because I'll use Warlock here, finish him off. Should be easy life here. As long as there's no surprises when it comes to things. As you'll see here, Warlock is able to hold off his death spores because he is a robot, which is always a good sign. And once again, just killed him. Okay, so here we go. Next up is Iron Fist, unless I get ambushed. I'm gonna use these small energy refills that I have to save up my full energy refills that I'm going to use for 100% or fish off the quest. And Iron Fist, let's torch him up. I doubt it's really needed, but it might as well. I mean, it is an ability that he has. Um, as I said before, Torch is the answer to almost every Mystic champion. He nukes everything in his path when it comes to them. As you'll see here, as the fight is going on, Torch is dropping his health, which is very interesting to know, but he was also dropping my health quite quickly. That's an interesting little thing that I didn't even notice until the very end, but Torch was able to finish it off. So there we go. Quest number 2 complete. Get the nice pretty shards. As I said before, I am going to be trying to do a 5 star opening when the Mystic comes around. I should be able to finish it up in that time. If not, I don't see why I wouldn't. I will be doing one next week. See, here we go. Ghost Rider. Boy, was this whole month written around Mystic Champions to make this easy for me? Oh boy. Okay, so here we go. We do have Mr. Sinister. When it comes to mutant champions, I do feel like Mr. Sinister is slightly underrated for his abilities. To those who don't know, he can block unblockable attacks, which comes in handy with some of the nodes that you come across in Alliance War. And he's not bad when it comes to damage either. So here we go. The trick with him, though, is to get a Warlock or something that could heal reverse it, that just shuts down his whole mechanic of healing up during battles. So you reverse him and then you finish it off. So there we go. Claim that. As you'll see here, I am working towards the other things that they have for the monthly things that they are running, objectives I believe they're called. So here again we have a tech champion, Vulture. Definitely not one of my favorite ones to fight. I mean, he's easy, but I wish they would buff him a little bit. Doesn't have to be a god tier. I mean, he is just a man in a wake suit with Stark Tech, but definitely one that could use a little bit of a boost. Not to god tier, but somewhat usable. As you see here, he's pretty much easy cake. Although he does have moments where he can be a pain in the ass. I do feel as though that Kabam has changed something with the AI in the last couple days since this update, and they just don't want to admit it's not the first time that they've done this. But I could be wrong. I hope I am, and it's just maybe something else. We will see. Hopefully, it's not included in the little patch notes in a few months from now when they go, oh, we screwed up, but we're going to not say anything. Dragon Man is amazing looking. Airwalker, like I said, looks pretty cool as well. Looks like a great damage dealer. And should it be a disappointment like Silver Surfer and Terex were, hopefully. I know a lot of people were upset when they released Silver Surfer and the state he is in. And Terex was just a joke unless he's high dupe. But the signature stone's pumped into him, and even then he's not that great outside of the rock field. There we go. Beast is down. As you'll see here, I really haven't had any use for any champion besides Warlock because this path literally seems to have been made for Warlock to handle. So here we go against Wolverine. Same thing, Wolverine likes to heal a lot. So you use the champion that shuts down healing. And that is down. Interesting that we see Airwalkers this early in the match. So I'm going to try using Doctor Doom. This shouldn't be too hard. I hope. I have heard that he can be a pain, and I'm sure that he's in the later quest and a lot harder than this, so we will see. There you go. Doom has definitely done some well with him. That special 3 is cool though. Not gonna lie with how much he definitely pulls in. I will say that it does say in his spotlight that he does need 3 charges to get that damage though. So my advice is if you struggle against him, do not let him get to 3 charges because then you're in trouble with the special 3. I'm not sure if they've changed it with the nodes this month, which is always possible because they like to play around with nodes to make champions tougher than they should be. Or at least give us a challenge, which is a good thing. I'll give that to Kabam. I like a challenge like anybody else, but they do have some ridiculous code combination or node combinations as to which can drive a player insane, or at least make it look like a champion is better. Case in point would be Terrax a couple months ago when he was the main boss, he was difficult because they gave him nodes that definitely were not user friendly. But when he got to the players, it became clear he was not that great of a champion damage wise or any other way besides his rock field, which was what they boosted with the nodes. It looks like the game is lagging a little bit. There we go. Okay, now it's time for Ghost Rider. So again here I'm gonna use Human Torch. He should be able to handle this. Let's look at the nodes. Flame on, that's me. Sweet. So yeah, nothing too bad it looks like. As of yet. The final two chapters are always going to be the most interesting when it comes to node combination, trying to show off the new champions, obviously. So here we go. And again, like I said, Torch is just the answer, as have been pointed out when it comes to Mystic Champions. Thank you for Legacy, who said something about him at first. He was an underrated champion until some people started to realize what he could do. And then they buffed him, which is an even more amusing thing. Give me 1 minute. My apologies. Sorry, doing something real quick. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So here we go. Here's the new chapter. And it looks like we're fighting a voodoo. It has poison, which could be a pain, but nothing too bad. So here we go. Which way do I want to go? We're gonna go with Basakre. Hmm. My apologies. I'm sure you hear the TV in the background a little bit. My mom had the TV on and she's out with the dog right now, so try not to be. I hope it's not too loud. So let's go with Sunspot here. And there we go, he's down. I do know that Masakure and Human Torch do complement each other, and the fact that they both are incinerate friendly, except Human Torch definitely is more of the punishing one when it comes to um, mystics. 1 second. Sorry. I know this has pretty much been a big video on how to use Torch with Mystic Champions. As I said before, there are better Torch players. Our Legacy is definitely the one that started to showcase Torch as a champion when he first came out, when everybody kind of glossed over him. But credit is credit is due when it's given, and Legacy definitely deserves it on that. I believe that there are a lot of champions that could definitely be considered better than they actually are. I think I'll go over most of these when I go through my video in the next couple days on my roster and some ideas for rank ups and why I rank some champions up. Some are inconvenient, or not, I almost said inconvenient there, but are not ones that you normally see, which isn't a bad thing. If you like a champion and it works for you, you should rank them up. When I first started this game, my first champion with the 4-star was Winter Soldier, and then I got um, Symbiote Spider-Man. And I used those two to clear a lot of content in the earlier game, but as the quests became harder and the champions evolved, because back when this game first started, they didn't have all these complicated abilities that took an hour to read or understand or ask a million questions. It was, you just got it done. And I kind of missed the days where it was very simple champions. So here we go. We got a Colossus fight. As to the difficulty of Uncollected, I'm excited to see what they come up with. I do prefer what we got last month over this month for the simple fact that you had more chances to try different paths, which I think made it a little bit easier on the newer Uncollected. I do know that a lot of people, or Cavalier I should say, but I know Kabam's gonna do what they're gonna do, and I'm curious to see what they do come up with, and the difficulty in the end game. I'm not sure if it's gonna be for me yet, as I'm concerned as I am a Cavalier, but I am excited to see it and try it out, and hold my judgment until then. I like new challenges, so I'm curious to see what else I can come up, what they'll come in with. If you did notice that today we have a announcement that we are getting Roma champions, which looks like it might be actual gameplay, which could be interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I was a lot more excited for it when it first was announced, but now it's been so long that I believe that the hype is faded. I wish that they might have got it done sooner, but with everything going on around the world, I'm sure there's been delays, which probably threw them off quite a bit. So Invisible Woman, I hated fighting against her in the new boss rush that they put out yesterday. She is one that I do have at rank 3 as a 5-star, and I do find her interesting. I mean, she isn't a great champion. Torch and a Thing are the two standouts when it comes to the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman have their uses, but outside of having the full team synergy, I'm not really a big fan of hers. Mr. Fantastic, I like it even without the full team around him. I do know that there are a few people that say that she could do some great damage. I'm not sure personally, but to each their own. It might just not fit my playstyle, which is always understandable. Everybody plays this game differently. Nothing wrong with that. we go. Um, Superior Iron Man, another champion that probably could use a buff, and hopefully soon to bring him more in line. Not great, but something where he's not completely useless. I do feel that he's been bypassed by most of the champions in the game. Same with the original Iron Man and some of the more original champions. Here we go again, and I did not use the Nova Flame, but it shouldn't be too bad. Here we go. Okay, he is unblockable. I should have read that a little bit better. That's on me. And he actually got me. Okay, so let's go with Warlock. Warlock is immune to the poison, so this shouldn't be too bad. Especially now that I'm gonna pay a little more attention to this boss. That's the bad thing when you're so used to steamrolling these champions, is that once you get it going, you have a habit of really just go on an autopilot. As you'll see here, he did get me, but it happens. I don't think that I'm gonna need any items for this one though, so we're gonna go with Cap and finish him off. There we go, 10% and down. Okay, good amount of units. Working towards getting that 5 star or 5 and 6 star, I should say. So here we go. It looks like we're gonna be playing against Dragon Man this quest. There he is. So let's go down this way. So we're gonna start it off against Phoenix, it looks like. I do wish that they would add units to Uncollected. Hopefully they'll have some in Cavalier. I know it's a request that's been going on for a while with the champions buffs, among other things that people requested. I'm not exactly sure why they never added it to Uncollected, so hopefully it's in the works with at least with Cavalier. If not, they'll hopefully add it to Uncollected one day. I do believe that there's a large gap between Uncollected and Cavalier, or even the new Cavalier version is the ones that got it when it first came out, because you're able to get the stuff and items that will increase your roster size quite quickly. So if you buy the crystals or items, etc., you've had more time for that to grow. He has long shot. What's everybody's thoughts on long shot? I'm curious to see because I do have him at rank 3. I pulled him as a 5 star a few weeks ago, and I'm curious. And I really haven't played around with him much. I know that he could do some damage, but I know he's also lacking in the utility that most of the Mystic champions do. There we go, he's down. Okay, so we got Cyclops. Oh, he's unblockable. Okay. That's a pain. And that wasn't even in the notes, so. I have noticed that there are a few changes when it comes to champions lately that I don't think have been announced. Groot seems to have gotten somewhat of a change when it comes to building fairy buffs, etc. It's always possible I'm just late to the party and never notice it, so these champions really they're not ranked up generally, so they fly under the radar until you run into one randomly that goes, hey, guess what? Surprise! So here we go. We're against Gwenpool. I do love playing with him, but so far I know I'm not building his charges up, but at this point I don't really think that they're needed. As that was match. And 0 damage. I hate playing Taskmaster. 1 second. So, I would like to thank everybody that's watching these videos. I know I'm new to this, and I know there's better players or different things going on. I hope that I can bring an everyman idea when it comes to doing these, where you'll be able to come and see somebody that isn't their best, but they're just trying. I've been playing this game for a couple years now. I know I can handle my own in most fights, but I don't push myself to be at the level where I see some people. There are people that will always be better, or they work harder, or they pay more to get where they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. But when there's always going to be the people that are new, and then the people that have been for years are spending money to get where they are. Nothing wrong with either one of them. So hopefully you guys can find it that I am decent enough where you'll enjoy my content. I'll try to do some other things. I have been looking into some ideas that I have. I'm gonna do my best without copying others. I do admit that in Legacy, Dork Lessons, um, Rich the Man, and a bunch of others. I definitely have watched their videos and I'm a longtime fan. I was nervous to be doing this in the first place because it's never been really my thing. I do enjoy doing off the camera things, but I need to try something and get out of my shell a little bit. So here we go. We got Dragon Man, which is a Mystic Champion. So we're gonna try Torch. See how this goes. I have yet to face him, so as you can see here, Torch is again just slowly melting him. It looks like I'm gonna lose this fight with Torch, but it shouldn't be too bad with the other ones. I know I probably should have held back with the beating that I was giving him, but I like to be more offensive than defensive. And he's down. So as you see there, he really wasn't that bad. Okay, so go. And now we're on the final quest, which is going to end up being against Airwalker again. Let's see. Claim these things. I know they're not the best items, but it's something. Sorry about this, everybody. Doing something real quick. So there he is, the Airwalker, Herald of Galactus, the one that helps everybody eat the worlds. Yeah, let's go this way. Guardian, another one that I've been targeting. I don't have a hunt going on right now outside of my normal Corvus Glaive and Captain Marvel movie. So in 2 days, I will be going for the Tech or the Cosmic Wood, which will be interesting. Hopefully, I'll be able to get what I've been looking for a while. Either one, I have an Awakening gem with their name on it. See, here we go. I guess Guardian. I'm gonna try Sunspot here. I do like how Guardian gameplay is. He is an interesting champion when it comes down to it with his mechanics. He has a bunch of utility when it comes to his slow debuffs, etc. Excuse me. I apologize again, guys. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, let's finish him off with Cap. Keep trying not to sneeze. My apologies, everybody. I know I'm having to pause. I apologize for that. But um, I am not, I am fine. I'm not sick. Just I don't know. Unfortunately for Reddit Guardian, there is somebody else with a bigger shield. So there we go. We got a win there. And next up is Yondu. I think I picked a path that I really don't wouldn't like when it comes to champions on it. But too late now. Really not a fan of this path. Um, so here we go. playing against Yondu. Everybody has that one champion that they just don't do great against, and this is one of them for me. Like I said, everyday player. You can't always be perfect when it comes to every champion that you face, which is a good thing. It makes us all human. Looks like we're having a lag. Hopefully, the game doesn't go down again on us. Let's go with Doom. I, so, here we go. He's down to 10%. I'm not looking forward to that Kingpin on the next pass either. Generally, I would probably have restarted this pass because I'm just not a fan, but I'm doing a recording, so my apologies for being so quiet during this recording at times, just trying to concentrate on everything. Let's see. Let's go with Cap here. Well, this has been a tough chapter. At least getting to the point where this point. There we go. Yeah. See, as you can see, just had a rough patch, but now we're picking it up and doing better. Kingpin is definitely not one of my favorite champions to play against. I know he isn't that great, but it is what it is. There we go. He's down. One moment, everybody. Just. Sorry. Sorry, guys, dealing with something at the moment. I shall be with you in 1 second. Doing something else while doing this as well. My apologies again. Once again, I do apologize. Hopefully I don't need units here, but I will heal if needed. I do apologize again, everybody. Just trying to get everything going on here. Having issues with some things on the computer as I'm going through everything. I'm not sure if it's coming on your end, but I'll try to fix it. If not, you'll see some pauses or odd things. I do play on an iPad, but I'm still learning how to use a power mirror to do the screen recording. So here we go. And Crossbones is down. Okay, here we go. Airwalker. Definitely not that great a shape to do this without doing units, but we shall find out. I'm gonna heal up a little bit to avoid trying using the units that I have, since they will be going towards trying for Airwalker when he comes out in next week. Here we go. He wasn't too bad earlier, so hopefully he isn't too much trouble now. I hear that people are having trouble with them, but I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing that I tend to form my own opinions on bosses when it comes down to it. So far, he ain't bad at all, actually. That's a pretty cool special, though. There we go, special 2. And did he would I down him? Wow. Okay, he's down to 13%, but that's a great first run. Definitely makes the next few easier. Or the next one easier with Torch, because this should be a 1, 2, 3 done. So, a lot of people said that this one was tough. Maybe they're just using different champions, but really this wasn't too bad. I had more trouble getting to him than the other ones. So there's the rewards, nice little things. I am working towards my next R, or my first R2 6-star, which is a good thing. But we shall see. As you see there, I got some decent shards. Um, but I am going to save it to go for Cosmic or Tech when it comes in, hopefully in the next couple days. That just gave me what I needed, so that's great. Thank you everybody for supporting. Please be sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications if you enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm still ironing out a lot of the issues with the equipment that I'm using or learning it, so hopefully you'll understand and give me another chance if this was annoying. I will be 100%ing this as well as making some tips that I saw while fighting them. I'm not sure how great they'll be, but it never hurts to get another perspective. So, once again, thank you everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.